There are a lot of items in the forest. You have your usual stuff like axes and bows, and a few odd ones like hairspray. But what if you wanted to use an item no one really thinks of? Can you beat the forest with only a spear? I just want to start off by clearing up a few things. When I say with only a spear, that means I can only attack with a spear. I can still use armor, health mixes, torches, etc. I just can only attack with a spear or an upgraded spear. Now the spear is far from the worst weapon in the forest, but it's not one you'd probably ever touch outside of maybe the first 5 minutes, or if you're opening a lot of luggage. Really, people only make it just cuz, or if they're just trying to get the McCrafty achievement. Now that we have all the rules and limitations set out, we can finally start the challenge. We begin our journey in a plain seat, our lovely child sleeping next to us. This book must have been integral to the function of the plane, because when I took it, it caused the plane to crash. Yes, I did wait to see if anything would happen if I didn't pick up the book. Don't think I didn't do my research. After I passed out riding the world's worst slip and slide, I awoke to find a man standing over my dearest son. He took him to the great beyond, then I passed out again. When I woke back up, I eluded the plane, unsuccessfully tried to jump over the plane axe, and found 2 sticks in the ground, using them to make baby's first spear. I then ran south to the boat, saved the turtles, and stole some pot. I ran inland north towards the submerged cave, where I reenacted the opening to Bambi and descended into the cave. I immediately got into my first official fight of the run. These 2 candies guard the entrance to the cave, but they stood no match to the mighty weak spear. After disposing of them, I used their bones to craft armor, and went deeper towards one of the required items needed to get to the endgame. I failed my suicide attempt, found Jesus, and grabbed the rebreather. Now having the only item I can use in the entire cave, I did a 180 and left the way I came in. There's no reason for me to continue the rest of the cave if all I can use is a spear. While on my way to my next destination, I thought I'd try throwing my spear. Surprisingly, I somehow landed a blow on a rabbit by doing that. While distracted thinking about that rabbit, I almost ran right by the cave entrance despite knowing exactly where it was. I made the daring choice to run by all the enemies and beeline to the security guard. They kindly rewarded my boldness by opening the door for me. I bolted into the tunnel and carefully threw myself into the armsy pit. I then expertly dodged all the babies and the armsy and grabbed the keycard at the back of the room. Then I climbed the rope in record time. It's worth mentioning that I did save and go back and fight the armsy, but that doesn't matter because that was a separate timeline from the one that we are in because I didn't save after killing it, which cost me around an hour of progress because I died later in the game. Straight ahead of me is the entrance to Cave 7, which is the final cave that leads to the endgame cave. We aren't going there though. Instead, we're going all the way to the east side of the peninsula because there's a certain animal that spawns there that will make life very easy for us. Meet the boar. He has skin. I want it. With 2 boar skins, 2 deer skins, 2 cloth, and 3 rope, we can make a spear bag that lets us carry 5 whole weak spears at once. And yes, it's as good as it sounds. But for some reason, I can only ever find these fuckers by this one specific tent all the way on the eastern shore of the peninsula. It's really tedious to come all the way out this far, but it is so worth it. Now having learned my lesson about saving, I braved the shortcut into the pit, and of course, I do it first try after taking measures to protect in case I didn't, like before. I take a not so safe way down after scouting my landing, and then I cross the rocks to the water and enter the end game. After surfacing inside the cave, I chugged forward, crossing the not so item locked gap. Only fools believe the climbing axe is required to beat the game. I'm not one of them, never have been. Did that shit on my first playthrough even though I had the axe. I then scanned the keycard and the real game began. While running through the lab, I made the choice not to fight the armsy. Didn't have much armor to begin with, shouldn't waste what I had. Went through there faster than crack went through low-income neighborhoods in the 80s. I then found my son. He's been sleeping in an Iron Maiden since he started his alt phase. I put the things on the things and went to get someone to keep his bed warm. I stocked up on spears and walked across the big room. Real quick before the fight, I wanted to talk about this room. It makes no sense. Who the hell would want to walk across this big ass room just to get to their office? I thought maybe it was a cafeteria or something, but I find that unlikely. Anyways, I approached Megan and she did her spaz out thing and the fight began. I'm gonna keep it straight, there wasn't much of note that happened. It was just really long and annoying because I had to recollect my spears and I kept getting stunned. I'll play some of the highlights of it with some music to, I don't know, not just skip over it entirely, I guess. Yeah, that was it. What I kept during the cutting, at least. I don't know, I probably had some commentary in mind for that, but I don't remember it. Anyways, I took Megan and fed her to Timmy's bed. Must have thought she tasted weird because it spat her out, which means I need to find Timmy a new friend. And Megan has just what I need to do that, conveniently, even though she has no pockets in her medical gown thing. The game is basically beat at this point, but I'll continue anyways. I went towards Site 2 to find Timmy a new friend. While on the way, I drank some water. Tasted weird. I think it was spiked. I learned me how to use a computer good and blew up a plane. They must have had a book on there. And I beat the forest with only a spear. Anyways, that'll do it for this video. I think it's pretty obvious. This was inspired by Min Squad, Paul of Min Squad, that Min Squad. I highly recommend you check out his content. He was a big inspiration for me. And I don't know, I'll see you in the next one.